Yo, what's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the Steam video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a weapon that's being requested quite a lot. And I also wanted to make a video for a while, but I just could not get a good one. But it finally happened, so today we're finally taking a look at this season's competitive weapon, the Deadlock shotgun. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what makes this weapon unique, what makes it special. We're also going to be taking a look at the perks that can roll in the weapon, and also the perks that you should be going for if you're looking for a card to roll in this weapon. And afterwards, we'll just talk about the things that I like or dislike about the weapon, and all of that in a mini review. But before we get into any of that, first we gotta talk about how to actually get this weapon. And getting this weapon, it's pretty simple, but it will take a while because you have to do your 7 competitive matches so you can get one of these to actually drop. And afterwards, every week you can do 3 matches in competitive and get more rolls to drop. Right now, since this is the most recent competitive weapon, we cannot focus it at Shacks. But if you're watching this video like a couple months afterwards, and we're no longer on like episode 2, then you should be able to focus it at Shacks. Now the Deadlock is a precision frame shotgun, which means that it has a pellet spread kind of like this. It's kind of like oval shape, but precision frames are in a really good spot right now. You could pretty much argue that are like the best shotguns in the game. So I could see why Bungie decided to make this a precision frame shotgun. They actually didn't do a thing that they usually do with competitive weapons, which is make them lightweights, even if they're not like a lightweight frame type of weapon. But since the frame is tied to the pellet spread, that's probably why they did that, why they kept this as a precision frame. Now I'm just gonna come out and say it, but this weapon is probably the best shotgun in the game. If you're looking for a shotgun to use in the Crucible, this is probably gonna be your best bet. This thing is just ridiculous. It's a stat monster. Bungie essentially made this shotgun to be the best shotgun in the Crucible, and there's no doubt about it. It looks like they are just trying to make the competitive weapons just like the top PvP weapons, and so far I would say that they're doing pretty good, especially with this shotgun. So if you're looking for a Crucible shotgun, this is going to be a fantastic choice, but you will be surprised the amount of PvE perks that it also has. So surprisingly, you can actually use it in PvE as well, so we'll talk about that a little bit too, but we're mostly going to stick to the Crucible. And speaking about that, let's actually start by taking a look at the perks that we can roll in this weapon. There's a lot of them here, but we're mostly going to talk about the best ones, because I know that's what you guys are looking for. So anyways, let's get into it, and let's start talking about the perks. So these are the options we're going to have for the very first trade perk. We have Barrel Constrictor, Lone Wolf, Grave Robber, Slick Draw, Slice Shot, Threat Detector, and lastly Threat Remover. And first we gotta talk about the PvP ones, and for this slot I think your best 2 options are gonna be either Slice Shot or Threat Detector. Threat Detector is gonna give you a reload, handling, and stability whenever some enemies are near. And this is gonna be the perk that you wanna go for if you want your weapon to just feel as snappy as it can. If you want to be a very responsive shotgun and get as much handling as you can, then Threat Detector is what you wanna go for. It's a fantastic shotgun perk and is always active whenever you need it, which is when somebody is close. Now other options also not gonna be bad. Whenever we slide, we reload our magazine, and we also get a boost to handling and also stability. Now you wanna go for this perk, you wanna just make the most out of that first shot and go for those long range one-shot kills. It's essentially gonna make the weapon feel better and feel a little bit more consistent when you're going for those longer shots. Something that you do wanna keep in mind is that Slice Shot will only affect the first shot, kinda like opening shot. So after that first shot, then the follow-up shots won't have that increased range or stability. But to be completely honest, both of these perks are going to be fantastic for PvP. It really is just kind of up to you. Do you want to go for the more consistent one-shots, or do you want to have just a very good feeling, high handling shotgun? That's pretty much your options between these 2 perks. And for PvE, without doubt, the perk that you're going to be looking for in this slot is going to be Grave Robber. It's going to reload your magazine whenever you get some melee kills, or whenever you just hit something with your charged melee. And what's great about it is that it pairs up really well with some of the other PvE perks in the second slot. So no matter what perk you get in the second slot, Grave Robber is always going to be a really good choice, and the one that you're looking for in this slot. Now these are going to be the perks that we're going to have for the second slot. We have Bait and Switch, Cascade Point, the brand new Closing Time, Desperate Measures, 1-2 Punch, Opening Shot, and lastly we have Trench Barrel. And once again, we're going to be starting off with the Crucible perks, and in this slot you're either looking for Opening Shot or Closing Time. And they're both going to do a pretty similar thing. They both increase your accuracy and range, just making it so you can get those more consistent one-shots. So both of these are going to be pretty good, but I definitely think closing time is actually going to end up just being better. Not only do you get the range increase, so you can get more consistent one-shots, but you also get an increase to your handling. Overall, I think closing time is just a more complete package. It's like an upgraded opening shot. You have all the benefits of opening shot, plus a bit more. So if you had to look for one specific perk in the slot, I would say go closing time, since it's like pretty much an upgraded opening shot. Opening shot is still pretty great if you can get closing time, but I would definitely be going for closing time instead of opening. Now for PvE, you're gonna have a couple of different choices. You actually have a lot of choices. You have Trench Barrel, you have 1-2 Punch, you have Cascade Point, and you even have something like Bait and Switch. All of them are pretty great choices. I would say that if you were looking for this for a melee build, then you definitely want 1-2 Punch. If you're looking to do just a lot of damage per shot, if you're looking for Trench Barrel, Cascade Point is also a very nice perk in shotguns, basically turning them into the lead buttons. You proc the Cascade Point with another weapon, switch over to your shotgun, and essentially just blow away whatever is in front of you with your whole mag. It is amazing. If you guys haven't tried a Cascade Point shotgun, you should definitely try it. It is very good in PvE for destroying just bigger enemies. And even something like Fade and Switch, which I still don't think I'm the biggest fan of on shotguns, can still be pretty good, since the 30% damage increase you get from it is just so good. And it lasts for a pretty long time. You can definitely get a lot of shotgun shots out there in 10 seconds. It really is going to come down to really what you want to do with the shotgun, but the main three that I would definitely recommend would be Cascade Point, 1-2 Punch, and Trench Barrel. Those three are going to be the absolute best, and the ones that pretty much can get you to anything in PvE. Now let's talk about some god rules, and first for the Crucible, you basically want Slice Shot or Threat Detector plus Closing Time. I know those perks will definitely work really well with Closing Time, but I think Slice Shot specifically will work the best. And then for PvE, Grave Robber will pair up really well with any other choices, with 1-2 Punch, with Trench Barrel, with Cascade Point. As long as you have Grave Robber, all of them are going to be pretty good. Now with this shotgun, most of the time I put in was in Crucible. I did use it a bit in PvE with like a Trench Barrel, but most of the time definitely was in Crucible, and I just love it there. Like I said, this is probably like the best shotgun in the game now. So if you're someone that regularly plays PvP, then this is a shotgun that you definitely want to get. Even if your roll is not the best, if you don't have the god roll, this thing just has so many like good stats that even just an okay roll is still gonna make this weapon feel fantastic in the Crucible. Now for PvE, it's definitely not as unique as it is in Crucible. You know, I wouldn't really call this the best PvE shotgun, but it does have some pretty good rolls that you can definitely make work in PvE, especially if you're looking for a PvP roll, but you just happen to get like a good PvE one. Especially since it's a stasis weapon, so it goes in the kinetic slot, so that pretty much helps the weapon as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, boys. What is the god roll that you guys are going to be going for on this weapon? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you gotten a good roll on this weapon? And if you have, let me know just what you think about it in the comments below. Well, thank you for stopping by today. Thank you for hanging out. I'm so glad that I finally get a good one, and I can actually start using it in the Crucible. But I'm still looking for my just 100% god roll. To look for it every week, which might take quite a while, but I'm still gonna continue to look for it every week, since I definitely think it's worth it. But thank you all again for stopping today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Peace.